Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Wale from Zambia and this is my garden adventure. Thank you so much to everybody that is joining me for the very first time. I do not take your presence here for granted, and to everybody that is returning for a second, third or fourth time, you are welcome and thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm taking a look at a genus of plants that I recently stumbled upon. Well, not necessarily stumbled upon, but recently started collecting. And I usually have episodes where when I begin collecting a specific type of plant variety, I literally go flat out and start looking for essentially different types of the same variety or different types of the same genus. And once this particular bag caught me, there's been no turning back. At my last count, I think I had about 30 to 35 varieties of this particular genus, and I'm still collecting. So it's fun when you know that you have a challenge to collect as many of this particular variety of plants as possible. And so this particular plant variety essentially comes from the Asian countries, and as you would have guessed, it's the Hoya family. So from what I know, from what I've researched, there's about 500 known, about slightly over 500 known varieties in the world, and of course the count keeps going up because of the newer cultivars that keep coming on the market, and essentially the ones that are recently being discovered. So I know most Hoyas come from Asian countries, like I said, Indonesia, Thailand, the Philippines, that particular region of the world. So for me, it's been an amazing journey collecting the Hoyas that I have in my possession right now, because I've had to meet like different people that love Hoyas as much as I've come to love them. Both within Lusaka, that's like the base place where I'm currently based, and of course the rest of my country, Zambia, and of course a few that have been imported into the country. So today I'm going to be featuring the top 10 Hoyas that I am feeling right now, that I am loving. This is in no particular order of the most preferred to the least preferred, but just essentially the 10 Hoyas that I am sort of like gravitating towards and that I'm seeming to enjoy within my current collection. And so lucky number one today is going to be this one here. Okay, so this beauty is called Hoya Crimson Princess. So this is my Hoya Crimson Princess, one of my Hoya Crimson Princesses. At the time that I got it, I got from a lady in an area called Kalulushi, right here in my country, Zambia, in the Copperville province. I think she was the first person that I bought a Hoya Crimson Princess from. And from that point, I've been collecting these from other places. So I have quite a number of them, some smaller than this one and some larger than this one. But this is an amazing, amazing Hoya. Just look at that variegation in the center. So there's another one called the Hoya Crimson Queen, which I do not have in here with me today, but I have it somewhere within my garden. So these are like twins. Okay, so it's like mother and daughter, essentially. Yeah. So the Crimson Queen will have its variegation at the edges, on the edges of the leaves, as opposed to the Princess, which has the variegation right in the center. So depending on the lighting conditions that you expose your Hoya to, you will notice that the variegation tends to start turning pink. So I have one that is essentially turning an intense pink somewhere within my garden. I wish I had brought it in as well. So the queen is gonna, depending on the amount of lighting that you're exposing it to, is gonna start turning into a pinker version or pinker hue of the variegation within the center of his leaf, and that makes it all the more beautiful. So look at that. She's so beautiful. Yeah, so that's my Hoya Crimson Princess as lucky number 1. The next Hoya I'm going to feature is this pretty mama. This one is called Hoya Defolia. So this is also one of my current favorite Hoyas. As you can see, she's already got like a new shoot coming out here. These 2 leaves are fairly new, fairly recent. So yeah, this is also one of my current favorite Hoyas. So just as add-on information, of Hoyas don't like to sit in wet soil, so a little bit of moisture is good, but not completely wet, because that will attract root rot. And also they like to be a little root bound, so you can keep your Hoya, for example this particular Hoya, I can keep it in here for a couple of years provided I just feed it adequately. So yeah, you might need to consider having a very well draining soil mix for your Hoyas, so as to encourage it to expel most of its water. So for me, if I don't have like pumice stones or perlite to use, I substitute that with some charcoal shards. And so essentially that's what I would use as part of my mix, plus some pine bark, and voila, we're good. So that's lucky number 2. Lucky number 3, I would have to pick on my Hoya Australis Lisa. This is the variegated one. So now this is a new set of leaves, just right there. That's a new set of leaves. So the Hoya Australis Lisa also has some variegation in the center, and with the right conditions tends to look a little yellower in appearance, depending on how much light it is getting. So Hoyas also don't like to be in direct sun, so you have to be very cautious about that. Ensure that you put your Hoyas in a semi-shaded area, possibly some not so harsh sunlight exposure, either indoors or outdoors. Okay, so that's my number 3 pick. And then I have this beautiful mama here. So this one is called a Hoya Eskimo. Look at that. Yeah, so this one is also pretty. I love how it's got silver veining, and also just generally its appearance, the splash on some of the leaves. This is just amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah, so this is also something that I am currently drooling over as one of my favorite Hoyas. So yeah, that's Hoya Eskimo right there. And something that looks a bit like Hoya Eskimo is this beautiful mama. This one is called Hoya Bella. You should see her beautiful blooms. So Hoyas usually will only bloom in the right conditions. So, and then they have to be a little bit more mature for them to sort of like get to a place where they begin to be happy enough to bloom. Okay, so one of my plugs, like within Lusaka for Hoyas, her name's Stephanie, has been somebody that I'm getting most of my Hoyas from. So I'm trying to learn so much from her at the moment, and just also just to understand the life of Hoyas in general. Yeah, because she's so big on Hoyas, and I know that her collection is quite big. So, which brings me to the second Hoya, which I actually got from her. So this one is called Hoya Sunrise. Oh my God, look at that. She's beautiful. So this is my Hoya Sunrise. Please don't mind the splashes on the leaves, which are making it look not so good. But yeah, this is my Hoya Sunrise, and essentially this one is supposed to become a little bit of this color if exposed to the right conditions. So once it's stressed, it tends to turn into this nice gorgeous purpley color, which makes it look all the more beautiful. yeah, so I got this from Stephanie, and this is one of my priced Hoyas, prized position, and I love it so much. So yeah, this is another one that I am currently feeling at the moment, and I can't wait for it to be fully stressed based on where I've put it, so that I can fully enjoy its beauty. So yeah, Hoya Sunrise. Then the other Hoya that I am currently enjoying is this beautiful mama right here. So this is the Carry Eye, I believe the variegated version. So this one is also something that I am currently enjoying. Very beautiful Hoya. It's still very small for the pot that I've put it in, but I have decided not to move it or disturb it for now because we are currently in our winter months within my country. So I know that if I do that, I might disturb it, and I wouldn't want to risk anything happening to her because she has already been acclimated to my environment after bringing her through. And so I wouldn't want to risk anything happening to her. I'll probably wait for the warmer months, which essentially start around the end of August into September-ish. October, then possibly I might move her into a slightly smaller pot. Yeah, that's my baby there. And then my next one is this beauty. So this is a tiny Hoya that I got as a gift from one of my gardening mentors. She's somebody that I hold so dear to my heart, Auntie Bellita. So she gave me this Hoya, this Hoya Variegated Eye. So I have a green version as well, which she also gave me. Wow. Okay, so she gave me the green version, and now she's given me this variegated version, and I'm so happy and looking forward to growing her. She's still very tiny, but I am hopeful, and she's seated in some cocoa pit, so I'm hopeful that she's gonna grow and just thrive. And so I'm trying by all means not to disturb her. So yeah, that's my Hoya Eye, the variegated version. So this is also another favorite of mine. And then I have this mama here. Ta-da! So this is my Hindu rope. I did a bit of some propagation of it, I think in the last growing season. So I cut off like 2 portions of her, and that's why she looks a little bit shorter than ordinarily she should be. So this is my Hoya Hindu rope, and this one is something that I also love because she was also given to me by one of my other mentors, Auntie Michehon. And so, no, I actually bought it from her, but then I treasure it so much because she's also somebody that I hold dear to my heart. And so she is the one that I purchased this one from, and I'm so happy with her growth right now. She seems happy. I haven't had any issues with her in terms of any diseases or anything. She's been perfect so far. Oh, by the way, all of my Hoyas are placed outdoors. All of them that I've shown you today have been placed, are positioned at a place where they're actually outdoors, but not in direct sunlight. So yeah, that's my Hoya Hindua. And last but not the least, we have this beauty. This one is called Hoya Katissi. So this one is something that I recently added to my collection. I've been coveting over this one for a while, and I have been so amazed at the amount of growth that she has put out over just a short period of time. I'm happy with her growth spread so far, and essentially I can't wait to have her grow further so that I can do some cuttings for a couple of my friends and also something for my own store, which I can then sell off. So yeah, this is my Hoya Katissi, and like I said, she's got beautiful growth. Okay, I hope my camera can capture this. Yeah, so there's a bit of some new growth. Okay, she's misbehaving. My camera is misbehaving, but anyway, this is my Hoya Katissi. And so these are my current top 10 favorite Hoyas, and like I said, they are in no particular order of preference. These are just the 10 Hoyas, current Hoyas that I'm feeling at the moment. I'm so happy with their growth so far and the emotions that they're eliciting in me. And so if there's any among these that you have essentially also gravitated towards, or it's something that you are loving at the moment, please do share with me in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to respond to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.